Welcome to Acute Mania Live. Milestones are just like crazy around here. It seems like every show there's something that's a first, and I love that. I just celebrated the 300th show last week. That was badass. And I did the first band in Iowa, which is right next door to you guys. Actually, I have a funny story about that here in a second.
Hey, we've got an echo going on.
You have the live stream from YouTube going? That has to be turned down. If you do. Last week, that was bad. And I did the first. Turn on. Or that might be on my end. Let me check here. Actually, nope, it's not on my end. It's the live stream. If you have the YouTube live stream going. You have the live stream from YouTube going. That has to be turned down. If you do. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. He's coming over.
That might be on my end. Let me check here, guys. It's not actually. Nope, that's not on mine.
Okay.
It's the live stream. If you have the YouTube live stream going. Make sure you're watching on Zoom and not YouTube.
Oh, there it is.
Is that it?
Yes, you got it. You got it. All right. All right. Yes. That happens sometimes. You're not the first person. You're not the first. But you are the first from Nebraska. That's what I was getting at.
That is true.
So
that is true. We're excited to be here, Scott.
Thank you very much, guys, for being on. Kind of short notice, but we got it together. We got everything together, and here we are. Or here you are. So welcome, guys. It's very nice to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The music's terrific. I think I just found you, on Instagram, when you scroll along the stories and something comes up and it says sponsored, but what that really means it's an ad, But the algorithm is the shit on Instagram, and it just it threw me you guys, and I was like, Nebraska, huh? I haven't had Nebraska on yet. Let's see if these guys will be on, But the funny thing is, was it last week I had a guy on from Council Bluffs, which is over the bridge from you guys?
Yep, that's true.
Who'd you have?
But he's living in Sioux City now. But his name is crap. I knew I was going to do this. I'm terrible with names. He used to be in a band called Blood Cow. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, Blood Cow. Yeah.
Cow.
Mara she lives in Lincoln. She was in that band. I really enjoyed that.
He was in Blood Cow, and then he was now he's doing his solo project called Corporate Merger, and that's kind of what we did that. So we got to cross Iowa off the list. That brought me down to 14 more to go, and tonight Nebraska goes. So we got 13.
13.
Thank you guys.
3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, we're here to represent the middle, just the middle of the country, man.
Yes, that's right. It seems like that it's the middle of the country, and then of course Alaska and Hawaii. Those might be kind of tough. For some reason the Northeast, like Delaware and Connecticut, New Hampshire.
Well, there's 14 states in the size of like this on the map.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it doesn't have to necessarily be bands. I've had an illusionist on 3 times. And I've had a mentalist on, it doesn't matter as long as you do some shit, let's talk about it,
Yeah, heck yeah, for sure.
Of course, bands are more fun, that's more up my alley,
Yeah, but anybody from Delaware, you're not gonna be able to get anybody from Delaware because nobody lives there. It's like the size of your thumb.
I mean, somebody does, and somebody's got to be. If you live in Delaware, I'm sure you have to be creative, or you just drive yourself crazy, right?
Yeah.
Isn't Joe Biden from Delaware?
I think he is actually. Yeah.
He's about to be out of a job, so maybe I can hit him up.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually kind of sick.
We'll see. Well, no, I don't want to degrade the show. What?
Yeah, it's true. Politics is a hard one to get into on anything, Roger.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about that, but
yeah.
Whatever. Whatever. Well, anyway, tell the viewers who you guys are and what's public figure. Why are you public figures? And things like that.
Sure. I'll just introduce ourselves first. I'm John. I'm the drummer.
I'm Roger. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Dolan, the bassist.
RJ, I think I play guitar.
Yeah,
he does.
Wait, where's Ty?
Okay, that's okay.
Should we wait? Should we wait maybe until the song, or just go ahead and do it now? Just go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So back in 2019, when the band started, it was me and Ty.
Okay. All right.
Ty ended up leaving about a year ago.
A little over a year ago.
And that's when we hired Roger as our new lead vocalist. So Ty, he wanted the band to keep going. Him and I are still really, really good friends. So he, with love and passion, He was like, dude, these songs are good. I want you to continue the band. I know you want to do the band. I know I've got other family stuff I got to take care of. You know, keep it rolling. And so that's what I did. I found these guys, and that's what we're doing. We're keeping Public Figure alive.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We built the whole
Sounds
thing
good.
again from the ground up, and we've been re-releasing a couple of the songs, mostly because we want to showcase Roger. He's got a beautiful voice. He's got tons of energy and passion. We love working with him, and we thought it would be fun to keep some of them around. Some ones I mean, we have access to all of them, but there are some ones we really loved playing that we didn't want to see go away. So we got Roger's voice on a few of them, and we kept the old versions up because Ty's great, and like Dolan said, he's very supportive of everything, and he wanted everything to stay up. So we kept that stuff up, and we're releasing some of the ones with Roger's voice. It's basically that's why the naming convention is, you know, Hollywood Ty's vocals versus normal Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's good to keep the older ones up. You know, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you redo them, you know, and stuff like that. But where did the name Public Figure come from? How did you? Well, I mean, like everybody knows what it means, but like, how did you get that as a band name?
Yeah. Well, of
Great.
course, like anything, when you start a band, you have a group chat and you're just throwing names back and forth, and some of them are really terrible, some of them are great.
Okay, then stop there. What were the worst ones?
Oh,
No, you can say.
yeah.
No, you can say it. I don't care.
Blaster.
No. Finding friends.
I forgot about that. Oh,
yeah,
Was it
that one,
Sesame Street
yeah,
fan,
right? Yeah.
Finding
That
friends.
one was floated around for a while, and I'm glad people listened to me when I said it was a bad idea.
Yeah.
The other bad one that I think was thrown around was bending bars.
That could be taken out of a lot of different
RJ,
contexts.
I think that was worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we sifted through names like that, and I was on Facebook one day, and I was scrolling through Facebook. I think actually what I did was searching to see if band names were available. I would do a search on Spotify.
Oh, that's the worst.
What's that?
It's the worst thing to do too, because like you think you have something really good, and then all of a sudden some Japanese band has it, and you're like, damn it. You know?
Yep, exactly. And so I did the searches, and then as I was scrolling Facebook, you know how when there's a page that's labeled like musician public figure or like comedian public figure, and I was like, oh, what about public figure? And I looked it up, and
you could
it
be the
was
category. Yes.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty cool, and we thought that we could do a lot of like branding themes around it that made a lot of sense, and rolled with it.
You know, it'd be a cool name, you know, to kind of play off that. Like a cool name for your next album could be Business Chat, because in Instagram, if you're
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh, we got a soundboard.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people chatting. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but let me. I hate to not get to these people because they're chatting, and keep it up. Brandon B is just all over the place in the chat. He says, "Good use of the banners, boys."
Brandon. We love
What's up,
Hi,
Brandon?
Brandon.
We love Brandon. Love Brandon.
He said they are true rock stars. I agree with that already. I don't even know them, so yeah. And Darvin Herdigan, is that how you say it? Herdigan?
Yeah,
Herdigan? I don't know. He says, "Hell yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Now, do these guys know you?
Yep.
Okay, let me talk to them for a second. You just plug your ears or something.
Yeah.
Since you're chatting and you know them more than I do, feel free to ask any embarrassing questions that you would like me to ask them, because I don't, just to kind of keep entertaining would be good. Okay, anyway. All right, back to you guys.
Unfortunately, I'm an aggressively open book, so
Yeah.
if they ask something, it's in my blood. I gotta answer it.
There it is.
Well, I'm going to force you to answer it. That's
That's fine. That's fine. You won't have to force me to.
As a member of the media, I'm not really a member of the media, but I have to ask the tough questions. Okay, so what were some of the best names that like you before you narrowed it down to public figure and you said, yeah, that'll be the one? What were the good ones that you were like kind of on the fence about? Like, well, maybe we shouldn't go with public figure. We should go with business chat or whatever it was.
I'm not gonna lie. It came down to finding friends and public figure.
Seriously? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Dodo had to. We call him Dodo. Dylan had to put his foot down.
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like, listen, guys, that's a horrible name.
I mean, it could have because it's more about what you sound like, really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that I don't think that would have worked. So yeah, I'm glad you picked public figure.
Yeah. Yeah. I am
Now,
too.
why didn't you make it plural? Public figures. Since there's
That's
grouping.
actually a really good question, and I'm glad we didn't, because once we went with public figure, we got the LLC, we got everything that we needed with the state, we were good to go, we owned the name, everything was good. A band out of
California or something.
California,
Yeah.
they came out and their name was Public Figures.
Yep.
So
So you guys won the party then, right?
yeah,
We
I'm
did.
open. Yeah.
We did.
But we decided to go with Public Figure because the band is its own thing, right? Like we're a collective, sure, but Public Figure is the big overhead for everything that we do, all of our music, our merch, everything. That's the brand, right? And that's
Right.
what we're representing. So it's only one entity, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes sense that it's singular.
Okay, I got a surprise for you. Okay, well, not really a surprise, but so when I first looked you up, usually I'll just go to somebody's link tree and just click on Apple Music because that's what I'd use, and then it'll take me right to their stuff. Well, I didn't do that this time. I just kind of hit public figure, and the first thing that came up, I was like, okay. So this is what I heard. Okay. I'm like, all right, some piano in there.
Oh, is it that rap dude?
Oh, yes.
I was like, oh, I gotta get these guys on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you found out the music we really played. You're like, damn it.
But then
way
that was the
worse
only
than what I just
there was only
heard.
one song. There was one song, and I was like, that's definitely not them. It cannot be them. If it is,
Yeah.
then no. Then I can skip Nebraska altogether. That's fine. But yeah, I was like, that's 'cause, I mean, that happens all the time. There's Apple Music is terrible with that too. Sometimes they'll put they'll put two artists on the same page, and you're just like,
actually that happened with Apple Music, and I had to like get a hold of them and be like, hey, this is like a rapper from like 2014.
yeah.
He hasn't released anything. He's not active on socials. Like,
Were they quick? Were they quick to fix it? Because I talked to another band that happened to, and they weren't quick to fix it at all. It took like 2 years.
no, it was really quick. I exhausted my contact list.
Yeah, it's disappointing that happens because I use Spotify sometimes, but I'm not like the faithful Spotifyers or whatever. I use Apple Music. That's my platform. So I don't really know how Spotify works. But does that happen on there too? Like the same kind of deal, or do they kind of?
It definitely does.
Yep.
One of the old bands I was in, The Hype, had somebody release a song about a year after we put out our EP.
And it showed up on your
and
page.
it showed up on our page. At that point, the band had already broken up, so I didn't go about all of the haberdashery.
But if the song's good, you just leave it up there and be like, yeah, thanks.
It's just like clearly not us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it worked another way with me when I put out like a solo album in 2020, and I didn't know what to stage name or whatever, so I just put it as Roger because I thought that's my first name. I was like, oh, that's cool enough. And there's like a Motown guy named Roger, and it put me on his page.
That's awesome.
And so it kind of worked to help me a little bit, but I don't think that anybody unfortunately listened to that Roger too much either.
There's a band in Charlotte I had on. They've changed their name since to Lost Imperium, but they were Imperium before when I had them on, and they don't ever look at Apple Music, so they didn't know what would come up. So when I looked them up for the very first time, it definitely wasn't them because there was the picture was I don't like, it was like maybe not really Mexican, but like, like darker skinned. I don't know. So like, and it was, he didn't have a name or anything, but so I was like, have you guys seen this? Because all of their music shows up under him, like all of it, like everything there's none of their pictures are on there. just their album artwork for like the singles. That's the only thing that's on there. But his face is like the profile, you know. so I nicknamed him Pedro, and so I was like, because he just kind of looked like that. So I was like, have you guys not seen this? So I brought it up on the screen, and they're like, who is that? And like they're like, because they were all in like at their own houses. There was like 7 of them on the screen, and they're all like separate from each other. I mean, they all lived in Charlotte. They just couldn't be together that day. Yeah. And they're like, who is that? Do you know them? And like, so they start cross talking on the Zoom, like, you know, like, who is that? Who put that up there? They thought it was a joke, but it was just some dude that was doing some weird music. It was like techno and rap mixed together. It was terrible, really. But so I put out when I made a clip for that show. I said, who knows this guy? I want to get him on the show. I need to talk to Pedro. Let's find Pedro. It was like, instead of vote for Pedro, it was like find Pedro. I think I made a hashtag for it or something. It was funny. Anyway.
Did you ever find him?
No. 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 I mean, I didn't really try that hard. I just kind of put it on there just to make it funny. But yeah, we didn't find him. But hopefully I can get those guys back on. They did put out a new single. Oh shit, we're getting all kinds of stuff in the chat. Good, that'll get me away from Pedro. Let's see. Joshua Lane says, any shows coming to Sioux City anytime in the near future?
From Sioux City. We don't have anything scheduled at the moment. So just so you guys know, we each do kind of like a major role in the band. We fulfill a major role. Roger does production, a lot of the music side of things. He does recording because he's good at that. Dolan's our marketing guy. RJ handles like operations, equipment, things like that.
Now, are you guys okay with your roles, or do you need to switch up? Because we can talk about that on the show if you want.
No, we talked about it. We were like, this is what everybody's good at. Let's all do that. I do the sales and like booking and stuff.
Well, I do the merch too.
Yeah,
Roger
also
does
the merch.
Yeah.
And super importantly, we call them the products.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't have anything booked for Sioux City right now, but I'm trying to network my way in. So if you've got some contacts, Josh, in any of the bars there, hit me up.
Put them in the chat and hit them up. Oh, and he also says, super excited for the new song. Any EP, LP plans anytime soon? Gosh, this guy's full of questions. I should have had him as a co-host. Love you all. Keep killing it, my dudes. Also, John killed it at is it Sison's Ball?
Citizens
Ball with the Tale Untold. Wish I could have been to both nights.
Yeah, I recently filled in with a band, heavy metal band called the Tale Untold. They're also out of here. They're fucking awesome. You should definitely.
Let's have them on the show. Damn it, let's do it.
Yeah, they'd probably get on.
They would probably love to.
Let's do it.
We did 2 nights with there's a bigger band, a regionally acclaimed band called Arson City in Omaha. If you're familiar.
I'm not familiar, but I can be. I could be familiar. You know?
They're amazing. They usually one time a year play 2 nights, 2 shows, Friday and Saturday, back to back, and they have different local bands on to support them. Tale Untold played on Friday, we played on Saturday. I was on both nights, so it was a dream fucking come true.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. You guys are busy, it sounds like, which is good. You know?
We had quite a few back-to-back really busy months, and but kind of to answer Josh's question, for the next few months, we're kind of laying low, writing stuff, planning for next year. Once we get into next year, we got stuff working. So just hang in there.
Yeah,
we'll be around. So.
This, like I said, the stuff is great. I listened to a lot of it when I was working on stuff last night. And it's phenomenal music, and you know, it's a lot of people ask me, you know, what kind of music do you listen to? Since you have such a diverse, you know, I've had country bands on, I've had, like I said, I had Illusionist on, you know, which is not music, but you know, like, you know, what do you listen to all the time? I'm like, whatever band I want to get on the show. And then if I start talking to them, I start listening to their stuff more and more. That way I can, you know, really
a little vested interest in it.
Yeah. But I find I put that on my playlist, you know, I have a shower playlist. I might add you guys.
Oh yeah!
I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but yeah, like I have a like mowing the lawn. I have mowing the lawn playlist. You know, I have traveling playlists. You know, but I think I did add biscuits and gravy to like it might have been the shower one.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it was.
Listen, we still play all the old songs live and everything. So biscuits and gravy. Everybody who's seen us, they've heard it. It's normally our.
I just thought of it. The guy from Council Bluffs, Matt Owen. is his name.
Matt
Owen.
Owen.
That's who I had on. Yeah.
I know the band Blood Cow. I
Yeah.
know the band. So
We actually listened to a snippet of Blood Cow on the show the other night, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to some of this. Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. But I want to go ahead and listen to one of your songs because the people that don't know you that are watching, they need to know this because, like I said, it's like that,
Hell yeah.
So I will let you guys choose which one of those songs do you want to play first.
Look, Love You Found.
Yeah, Love You Found is our
All of
most
it.
recent one we just put out.
Yeah, we just put out Love You Found. It's the first one that we wrote as a band. So we're trying Roger out. We tried a bunch of vocalists out, and we basically did a two-part thing because vocalists have to perform multiple roles, right? First thing we wanted to see was can they sing at all? So we had them on the first tryout.
That's important.
Play the old
Yeah.
songs. Can you sing the old songs as kind of a simple can you walk through the door moment, right?
Mhm.
And then the real tryout was, because we're an originals band, come back, once we've selected the ones that are worth kind of working with, we're going to send them a snippet of an instrumental that we had kind of written, and we want to see, can you write? You know what I mean? That's super important. And when Roger came in and started singing, Dolan and I looked at each other, as soon as he said the first two lines, and we were like, oh my God.
it was like we communicated
Yeah.
a whole ass conversation in
Yeah.
like 2
Why are you
seconds.
so red?
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
right? I
exactly.
know, right?
It'll be okay, man. It'll be all right.
So, yeah, well, turns out the instrumental that we sent Roger and the song that we wrote together was Love You Found. So we've been
Okay.
working on this one since
Yeah.
The
it's good.
beginning.
So it was
Yeah,
exactly
twice.
like it was exactly how you pictured it, or how you, I guess, pictured it to sound. That's a horrible way to,
No,
explanation.
I would say generally speaking, yeah. So
Yeah.
normally Dolan said, well, the producer that he brought that we went down to, his name's Kevin Gates, not the rapper.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
He's gonna roast us for long.
Yeah, no.
He works out of Springfield at a place called Reach Audio. Highly recommend them. Dolan was telling us that he might really do some work on rearranging the song and giving us ideas and things like that. But he generally liked it. We got lucky, and he basically put some ear candy on it and made it sound beautiful. And it came out basically the same as it went in, with one exception. He asked me to change my drums on the second verse. That was it.
Yeah.
Were you mad that he asked you to do that?
Hell no.
No, dude.
Oh, dude.
Totally
No,
different.
it was genius.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it came out, and what I came up with when he asked me, he's like, I need something a little more driving, because I had the part that I play in the first verse, that little tom, doom, doom, bah. I had that going in the beginning of the second verse. He was like, it needs to pick up pace a little bit. Can you play something a little more driving?
That makes
I
sense.
came up with it, and it was the first thing that came to me, and he was like, that's perfect, just play that. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, he's a producer. He's not just a mixer.
Yeah, he knows where. Yeah, if it's getting if it's lulling, and you need to step it up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant artist, so.
All right. This, like I said, this Public Figure is the first band to represent Nebraska, and they're doing a damn good job at it so far, guys. So far. No, I'm kidding. This is their latest single called "Love You Found." Check it out. It's freaking badass. It's good.
Patiently I'd wait, half an hour I'd take to pick up the broken pieces from our recent crusade. Pull your hand off the door, I cry out once more. Don't you know that you have taken what I'm living for? Kissing you felt like skydiving, no missing you feels like I'm dying. And I can tell I'm not well, and the spirit of your smell is a spell, and it's so binding. I try to say what you mean to me, but I'm afraid that'll be too late. Polite is always better, never, never, ever works. Now spitting out your name. Maybe I'm in love with the thought of your fire. Maybe I'm just sick, 'cause I'm quick with desire. Maybe I can breathe, 'cause you're taking me higher. And I swear I'm never coming down. Maybe I'm just lost in the love you found. first, I never thought I'd think this hard about the innocence of wanting something that seems so far. Once I had a taste of all that we could be, you told me wait and see, so wait and see. But I did it, gave it time, I gave it food, I gave it light, I gave it somewhere safe to have it. I could keep it on, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. I know that kissing you felt like skydiving. No, missing you feels like I'm dying. And I can say in the grace of your way that I was screaming out your name. Maybe I'm in love with the thought of your fire. Maybe I'm just sick 'cause I'm quick with desire. Maybe I can breathe 'cause you're taking me higher. And I swear I'm never coming down. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can't say. Maybe I can't be there so you think you need today. But then again I might. So what's wrong with trying? Maybe I give up and I am done, or am I lying? Maybe I'm just lost in the love that you're finding. Don't take this all away from me. Give me one reason you can't stay, stay. I'm barely hanging on and hardly making moves by myself. But I keep this little piece of you. Patiently I'd wait, half an hour I'd take, over and over and over again. Patiently I'd wait, half an hour I'd take, over and over and over again. Patiently I'd wait, half an hour I'd take, to pick up these broken pieces. Don't you wanna take, God, I wanna make. Don't you wanna make the same fucking mistakes? Maybe I'm in love with the thought of your fire. Maybe I'm just sick 'cause I'm quick with desire. Maybe I can breathe 'cause you're taking me higher. And I swear I'm never, ever, ever coming down. Maybe I'm in love with the thought of your fire. Maybe I'm just sick 'cause I'm quick with desire. Maybe I can breathe 'cause you're taking me higher. And I swear I'm never coming down. Maybe I'm just lost in the love you found. Patiently I'll wait, patiently I'll wait, over and over and over.
That's fantastic. With that violin in there, I never noticed that last night for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that-
Kevin.
That's
That's
Kevin.
That
He
that
was,
was
you know what this needs? And then just started playing, and we were like, "Yep, that's exactly
That's-
exactly what it needs, 100%, dude." Yeah.
I don't know how I missed that. Like, how did I was probably concentrating on something, and it was just like, yeah, jamming along. Now in your bio, it said that that you love to see people dancing when they play. Is this? I can picture this happening, but is it like square dancing, or is it like the wall of death? I don't
No,
see any
yeah,
of those
square
scenarios
dancing.
happening.
It's not square dance.
What did you say? What did you say?
Square dancing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Little honky tonkin'.
What we really want is people to be in 18th century garb and doing a waltz. Like, I want to see a princess outfit in the audience.
Synchronized.
For everyone? For everyone?
For everyone.
Everyone.
Hey.
No, that's a joke. No, we'll show you what we mean when you play Hollywood later, actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whatever. No, I'm
Black
kidding.
and white.
No, no, that's
But we we want to see energy,
Yeah.
moving throughout the crowd. We don't care what kind of.
Now, does it happen though? Because you played live, right? You played live.
Oh, it happens.
Like, what does
Yeah.
it look? Tell us. Describe what it looks like from the stage, from you guys looking out to the crowd. What does it look like when you play?
Oh man.
Looks like-
Titties bouncing everywhere and shit like that, or
It looks like 500 people losing the weird sense that you get when you're in a crowd of like, oh, other people are watching me. I need to like, be like normal. People just lose that. If you do it right, if you play a show, what you can do is you can capture everybody's attention so viscerally that they let that down and they just start having fun.
Yeah.
That is what it looks like. It looks like 500 people don't give a fuck what the person next to them thinks, and they're just gonna have some fun, which is great.
I like to think of it like, when you go to concerts and you see a high energy band, you are so much more likely to match the energy that's happening on stage. So it's our job to always have high energy on stage, so that way they kind of mirror us. And so I would say that what it looks like, it just looks like more of us's in the crowd, which is exactly.
I'm sure it happens there too, because it happens pretty much everywhere. But you start to play and everybody's kind of standing back. Are you the type that says, "Get up here and party with us"?
Oh yeah.
Party is actually a really good word to use. We self-describe as like kind of like a party rock. That's kind of like one of the many ways you can kind of talk about the music we're going for. We want people to connect with the music in a way that makes them have fun. And I mean, Love You Found is one of the more kind of somber songs that we have. So it's not exactly the best example of that, but it still captures the attention in the way that we want to. It just happens.
Hey, this person in the chat says they like when John takes his shirt off.
Oh, that's pretty standard.
That's my brother who said that. Yeah.
That's Royce. It's upstairs. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Royce. No.
Oh, I love that. I love that screen name. Pseudonym says public figure slaps. I agree.
Yeah. That's Dr. right there.
Only metaphorically, we don't actually put hands on people unless they ask.
Say again. Wait, what is it? What is it again? What'd you say?
What?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, kind of a meme at all the shows I've been playing at in the past, like actually literally decade, has been I take my shirt off at some point, and it's part of the meme. So
I look forward to it, I guess.
He kept it on the whole last show we played, though.
I did.
That was unusual.
It took a.
Was he having a bad night? Were you having a bad
I
night?
know, it just took an Atlas amount of self-restraint.
Or was it just not allowed at the venue?
Then it does.
Yeah.
So
that's why it's funny to us, is because he's always like, yeah, that's the last time. I'm not taking much. But it's funny because the people that have been coming to shows that John. So John and RJ were in a band. They've been
playing together for
a good period of time.
Yeah.
And it goes even back to when they were playing. People would come to their shows and start chanting like, "Take your shirt off."
I got friends who make wagers on how many songs in.
I would definitely get on that action. I love gambling. Yes,
It's
gambling's
actually
fun.
kind of funny.
Especially
Yeah,
they all
weird
lost
gambling.
money last show.
Yeah.
They can go fuck themselves. I love them. I love them.
I'm supposed to ask a question up here. I lost track of it. It's crap. I'll find it. Yeah, keep talking. I'll find it in a second.
Well, what I was gonna say is kind of to touch on what they said, but I mean, our entire goal when we go on stage is to make sure that everybody in the audience is in that room and nowhere else.
True, yeah.
Too many times you're somewhere, you want to be enjoying something, but you can't quite get over the edge to leave all your other crap, at the box office.
True.
Once you walk in, we want to make sure, and that even starts like before we play. Luckily, John and Dolan are, and I guess all of us in some respect are big, customer service people, and work in sales and work in service, and so one of the biggest pieces as like basically an employee is making sure that that people feel taken care of. They feel like they matter.
They're getting their money's worth too.
Yeah, and getting their money's worth, because at the end of the day, it does cost money to go out, and it does cost money to see a show, and it costs money to put on a show, and it costs money to do all that kind of stuff. But we want to make sure that when we're up there, as soon as like the doors open for the day, it's game time, and we would just want to make sure that everybody has the best time they can possibly have. And so once we are playing, it's all we can do to get people moving, Because once you're dancing, once you're jumping around, once you're shoving your buddies around a little bit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, you know, that table you had this morning, you know, stiffed you on a $50 tab. You know, it doesn't matter that your boss saw, I don't know anything about corporate life, but like said that your expense report was late or wrong or something. I
That
don't know.
works. That works.
Actually happens to Dolan.
It actually happens to me.
You
Right.
get it in on time.
Yeah.
Try to be
But
better.
the venue sees how good you guys are at your stage presence also, you know, and they'll invite you back. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of it too. Is, you know, they see, hey, these guys are you know, they're bringing people in for one thing, but they're keeping them engaged, and then that ends up with bar sales, and that ends up with merchandise sales. You know, they're seeing it really. It's helping everybody, so they'll let's have public figure back because they really work the crowd with their shirts off and their nips and things.
Yeah.
And we definitely make sure, just as people and as fans and as members of the music scene, I'm a bar manager, so unfortunately the weekends it's really hard for me to go to shows, but John and Dolan and RJ, I mean, they're at shows every minute they can be, showing support to our friends and their bands and just in the scene. And even nights where we're playing, you know, if we're opening or direct support or something, always make sure to stick around and be right up in the front when the headliners are playing, and kind of keep the momentum rolling, because, you know, it sucks when you're playing and there's, you know, people that can't. It's a mob mentality sometimes, where if someone they want to move, you know, you can tell, but nobody else has done it yet. So
Yeah, you don't want to be that person.
Yeah, you don't want to be that person, because it'd be so awkward if you jumped around at a rock show. I mean, that
Yeah,
was
really, I know.
weird.
But I mean, you see that. I mean, I see it here too. You know, you see it everywhere you go. Just like I mean, I want to, but I always tend to dawn in my head. It's just a natural thing I do. You know, like if something's even if it's not very good, I'm just like, I know what they're trying to. Okay, all right, yeah, you know.
I'm yeah.
You know, the opening bands. It's just sometimes it's their very first show, and it's just like. But I usually try to stand as close to the front as possible, not like clear to the front, because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, because usually the spotlights are like right behind my head, and just like, you know, I'm 6'3", so like I don't want to obscure the view, you know, like.
Sometimes
let
the
people
best
see.
sound in the venue is kind of like right in the middle of the pit.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear them too, especially if I've never heard the band. I want to scoot back a little bit and hear them. But then if I get into it, then I will go to the damn front and stand by myself. I don't care, you know.
I'll do a
But
backflip.
usually people start to, you know, they start to go up.
No, I can't do that.
Oh.
Well, if I'm ever at a show and the crowd isn't all the way up the front, or where I determine where they should be, I'm usually one of the first people to, like, as Roger put it, break that seal and just get up there. And I'm just like, yeah, and I'll bring like 2 or 3 of my friends, and then kind of slowly you kind of see the rest of the crowd.
Then you
come
start
up.
shoving them, and then they start shoving other people, and then it turns into a what do they call it? Circle
Love it.
pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I found the question I was supposed to ask. I don't want to pass this up because I'm intrigued by it. It says ask John about the time he played Romeo in the school play. I kind of need to ask
Okay.
about this.
I don't even know about this.
I bet I know who asked that. That was Darvin.
No, it was Brandon.
Was Brandon?
Brandon B.
No shot.
I think.
No, it was Darwin. It was
Yeah,
Darwin.
I was
Am I
see
wrong? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I
Guys,
was looking at the wrong thing. No, it was Darvin. It was Darvin. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so I was a theater kid. I love theater, and so
I can't tell. No, I'm kidding.
a lot of the like the animatedness and the stage mentality that I have comes from being a theater kid. First and
So you're
foremost.
acting, is what you're saying. All this is an act.
This is just I'm actually I'm completely no 100% correct. No, I was in a Romeo and Juliet kind of offshoot comedy where all of the lines rhymed.
That had to be awkward as hell.
I still remember most of my first monologue. Show me a mistress that is passing fair, where I may read who passed that passing fair. She was too fair, too wisely, too fair. It must be unfair to be passed at the fair, because fairs, they don't care who's passing them rarely. Rarely a fair could pass rarely but barely. My love is fair, stripped bare, and cooked rare. But
Okay.
Yeah. So
Now,
they
do you-
basically took the lines from the Shakespeare play and then made them a little fucking rhyming sonnet. That's the first line Romeo actually says.
I know what the next Public Figure song is or single is going to be. It's going to be you doing that, and you know,
Like a Midwest emo song. It's like it's just badly saying that into a mic.
Yes,
For the Better Sleep interview.
that's the next hit. That's the next hit.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, I don't think that'd be a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, that was it. I was like 4'8" at the time.
Okay, now, Chad, I got to address the chat again. Quit asking questions about John. Does anybody know anybody? You know,
John's
they're all John questions. Ask John about his anime shirts.
You don't know me in person yet, Scott, but you have picked up on it some. Is that every human being, when the day they were born, got a memo that you're supposed to make fun of me. I am the target.
I don't know you, but like I don't have a problem with roasting the hell out of you.
That's it, dude. That's 100% it. It's like I've got the
Yeah.
most verbally punchable face that anybody has ever seen. And
what about what's up with your anime shirts? Somebody, I gotta scroll back up here.
Oh yeah, that's like a thing that. Ooh, this is an interesting one because we can talk about in the future too.
Brandon asked that question.
Yeah, so every single show, what I typically do is I go to Hot Topic, which that's already. First of all, thank you, Hot Topic.
I was being sarcastic. I was being heavily
Uh,
sarcastic when I did that.
Oh, all right. Anyway, I go to Hot Topic.
I love
and
Hot Topic.
I try to find the most like anime girl looking shirt that I can, and I cut off the sleeves and I wear it like a muscle shirt. And I just get a new one every single show. I wear a lot of like Hatsune Miku, if you know who that is.
I don't know anything about anime. It's like the
She's basically
Matt
like AI.
Matt from Council Bluffs was talking about the Dungeons and whatever that card game thing. Yeah, I don't know anything about that either. And I'm just like, you know,
Just nerd shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll listen, but I know nothing. I can't.
But yeah, that's the thing that I do is I wear one of those shirts to every show. But you guys might see me not do that anymore. We are trialing a stylist.
Okay, okay, hold on. What now? What's
we're
happening?
gonna trial like a stylist
To style you?
style us.
Let me do it. Can I do it right now?
Yeah. What would you say right now?
Here we
All
go.
right. I've never done this before, but I'm going to style you, and then we'll have the chat also style you, since
okay.
they're very talkative in there. So there's a little bit of latency, as you noticed, you know, with the YouTube thing. So go ahead and put it in the chat. How would you style them? So you're saying all together, like you want to go to somebody like a fashion designer, basically, to up your look, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know.
Okay, before I do this, I want to go through this series of questions, because this is an individual thing. This will help me out. So individually, influences and favorite candy bar.
Influences and favorite candy bar.
Okay,
Right.
let's start with RJ.
Yeah, 3
RJ.
bands and a candy bar.
So I love like 3-chord punk. So I grew up with Green Day. My first album was Insomniac, and that one came out in '96.
Yep.
And then I really got into Rancid at that point too.
Nice.
So I mean, I like a lot of stuff post that, but that's kind of where it started for me. That's where I picked up a guitar and started playing.
What's your favorite candy bar?
Oh man.
He doesn't eat candy.
If you did. No.
Yeah, I don't know. Twix maybe, is that a candy bar?
Ah, yeah.
Okay,
I enjoy good Twix.
his favorite candy bar is a barbell.
No, I love chocolate. Even when chocolate's good.
Protein bars, then, right? Protein
Yeah,
bars?
a nice.
Nah, not even that, man. I love chocolate. I like. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like a candy bar. Yeah, it's a candy bar.
Twix is a candy bar.
Twix, yes. Twix is my
That's
second.
a candy
Is
bar,
that
right?
a candy
Is that
bar?
candy? But y'all looked at it, I said Twix. You're like.
All right, Dolan, what do you got?
All right. My influences pretty wide, I guess.
Top 3.
My favorite band and where I've gotten a lot of my bass influence from is Cake. I really like Cake is amazing. And then I listen to a lot of like post-hardcore, I guess. So like Pierce the Veil, Chevelle, I guess, that kind of area.
Mhm.
I mean, I know I named 3 bands, but I'm naming.
You're good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like just a melding pot of those things and everything in between. And then my favorite candy Probably Reese's.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can get down with some Reese's. Yep. Mhm.
Oh, they just released a Halloween Reese's that I tried today. It's a white chocolate.
Ugh, I don't know why.
It's not white chocolate. It's
Chocolate
vanilla.
should not be white ever.
No, it's not white chocolate. It's vanilla
Huh.
on the top of a chocolate and peanut butter. It's it's so good. So
I
good.
don't see the appeal. Actually, my nickname is White Chocolate.
Oh, there you go.
That's fair. And for me, I would say like musical influences. A big one for me. They've been my favorite band for a long time. A band called Manchester Orchestra. I don't know if you know. They're absolutely fantastic. Past that, again, like I was a big like emo and post-hardcore. There was, I mean, Pierce Vale, Asking Alexandria were like some of my big jams. There was this band called Alisana. I love Alisana. And then but then I'm a big folk guy. So for a long time, like the majority of my music writing career has been like singer-songwriter folk stuff. So I get a lot of, influences from like, oh shoot.
It's tough.
Yeah, well there's a ton, but like from one big one from Omaha is Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes. And then there's this guy called Kevin Devine. He's kind of a Midwest emo, like old school guy. But then I love like even like Tyler Childers and
I like Tyler Childers.
Childers fantastic. Yeah. Grew up listening to a lot of Lyle Lovett. My stepdad is a big music connoisseur. And so a lot of the stuff that I have taken for influence was from him. And then I know that was a super long-winded answer, but just an incredibly wide range of stuff that I've listened to and stuff that I've written.
What's your favorite candy bar?
My favorite candy bar would be it's not a candy bar, but it's my favorite food is Oreos.
They used to have a candy bar, and it was very good, and they took it away, and I hate them for that.
Does it still exist, the Oreo candy bar?
It might, but I don't care. Just a regular, like single stuffed Oreo. Double stuffed is okay, but I'm just a regular Oreo.
They have the triple stuffed and the freaking chocolate, and they're ruining it.
They nailed it the first time. It's just
like Happy Gilmore. They came up with a sequel. I haven't seen it. I don't really want to see it because
I don't really care to either. No,
I didn't know there was a sequel.
They did.
It has all the guys in it. It'll be good.
Yeah,
it'll be funny.
Oh,
it wasn't going to be the original, but it'll be funny.
Has it come out?
Well, or it could be like the Dumb and Dumber, the first Dumb and Dumber sequel that didn't have anybody that was in it. Jim Carrey. It was those two guys. I can't remember their names.
Oh, yeah.
But it was terrible. But even the second one with the real guys in it wasn't even that great.
Yeah. Well, it's never as good as the original.
No.
But yeah. All right. What's your?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna sound like such a copier because a lot of my answers are the same as theirs.
That's good though.
One of the major influences I have that they might not have is the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Chad Smith is probably my favorite drummer of all time.
He looks like Will Ferrell though.
Will Ferrell looks like him.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Definitely the way around. No, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I strive to find that sort of musicality that funk drummers like Chad Smith can do. I love Chevelle. Chevelle's one of my favorite bands of all time. I absolutely love them, and Muse as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge fan of like, there's a lot of creativity you have to do when you only have 3 members. And I love bands like that. Highly Suspect, Muse, Chevelle, Rush.
Love
Rush.
Some people hate Rush, and I'm like, you're dumb, dude.
I don't know how you would hate Rush. I don't know how you would hate
AI.
It's like 3 of the greatest musicians like ever, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, but
it's perfect.
Yeah.
And then my last like sort of pillar for my my drumming would be like pop punk. Obviously, Blink-182. Dolan's rolling over in his grave right now, even though he's not dead. He's not a fan of Blink-182, but Travis Barker's.
You let the cat out the bag.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna call you out. But no.
I like some songs.
So
some songs.
Mayday Parade. They're
Oh,
one of my favorites of all time. The way that they do kind of dueling vocals is very beautiful to me.
Anne Berlin and 30 Seconds to Mars.
Anne Berlin is
Both
also
of those guys.
incredible. Shout out my best friend Jake for putting me on them. He actually showed me 2 or 3 songs when I was like, I don't know, 14 or something, and I was like, not for me.
Yeah.
And then I rediscovered. I finally went back to them when I was like 21 or 22.
What's your favorite candy bar?
Yes.
also Reese's.
Sorry, I didn't want to be the one to do.
All right, now digest that and style us. Put us in an outfit.
Wait. What was your favorite candy bar? I didn't hear you.
Also Reese's.
Reese's. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Now,
Oh,
all
looks
right.
like
I think what I'll do is I think I'll go with the chat's version because it's pretty similar to what I was thinking. So, real quick, the Good Life podcast is in the chat, and they say public effing figure. Let's go, boys.
Let's go.
we love the good line.
What's up,
Yeah.
Good Life?
We recently signed to Good Life Records, so
Oh, sweet. Well, that
Yep.
deserves a.
So what's up, DT and Spicoli? All the Good Life fam.
I'm gonna have to go with the 50s and 60s theme
ooh.
that Joshua Lane said.
Do we need like
Kind of like he says, kind of like Leave It to Beaver Family, which that's pretty well, that's
RJ's
so-
the
I gotta be
RJ's the daddy.
Well,
RJ's the daddy.
someone said John would be the mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like how he went down the list looking for me to make fun of me instantly. Just to be
Yes.
clear.
Yeah. There you go. So I'm thinking that too. I mean, I was gonna do it individually, based on your influences, but that would be, if you were all to dress like your influences, then it wouldn't look like you're in a band together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually part of the reason why we're going with the stylist. We don't.
What do
get
you
on
like?
stage and-
I mean, you look fine. You look fine now. So I'm sure. I assume this is your everyday clothes, or give or take. So like, what do you? I mean, you could all wear suits, and that would be incredibly hot in certain instances. Or like you could all wear top hats. I mean, do you want to wear like the same thing, or is it just you just need some advice on like Abercrombie and Fitch advice?
So it's not about wearing all the same thing. It's more about having cohesion between the outfits.
Just don't wear your own band shirt. Don't wear your own. Don't ever do that.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. For now, it's like Dolan wears something along these lines, and then I'm in an anime shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And those outfits are fine, kind of on their own, but we want somebody's outside opinion to just say, "Hey, look."
But you also want to be comfortable, and that's what that person will do for you too. They'll
Right.
whatever you tell them. Hey, this is what we're trying to do, but we want to be comfortable because I mean they know what you do, so
And it's someone that we love and trust and
Yeah.
Go for it. I say go for it.
have known for a very long time in a few
So
people's
we'll see if
cases.
the trial works.
Yeah. The thing
Yeah.
that I like to describe to people is imagine are you familiar with Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah, familiar. Yes.
Imagine their style on just like 4 random people in Walmart.
Man.
It doesn't translate, but on
I know.
stage it's freaking awesome, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's sort of the level up that we're looking for is
Yeah,
maybe
it-
Greta Van Fleet, we don't want to copy them or anything, but
Yeah,
like that
But
level of
their
showmanship.
style matches their music too, and you want something to
Exactly.
match your music.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
It's like it's
Yeah.
branding. It's branding.
It's all branding.
It's all branding.
Yep.
It's all Brandon. I mean branding, not Brandon. It's not all
Hey,
Brandon.
Brandon,
Hey,
again.
Brandon.
Brandon.
John would be the mom. That's funny. Let's see. Lisa Lineman says, Roger, how old were you when you wrote your first song? That's a good question.
Yeah. So, probably very small. I know what that question is trying to draw out of me, so I'll give it. When I was probably, as soon as I could talk, really, I was always I was singing probably before I was talking, and I came up with like a few words that I would repeat over and over again, and it was, the words to the song were, "Rock star, I could do it. Rock star, you could do it." And that was it. And I just sing that over and over and over again. And so, my close friends, well, maybe not even close friend, probably my best friend, because I've known him since I was like 8. But like my family, they all know that and will bring that up. But then, there's videos that my dad has on an old hard drive of this camera. I stole his camera one time and was recording I was in 4th or 5th grade and I was recording these songs and didn't even think about it. And then like 10 years later, he was like, "Oh, I found this this camera and the flash drive had this on it." And I'm like, "Oh no, that exists somewhere." So a long time, but hopefully I do it in forever. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. I actually have a similar. My dad found recordings of me when I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, like talking into the computer, and the song was like Blue Bear, Orange Bear,
Yeah.
Red Bear.
You should have
he was
brought
just
that.
a big Grateful Dead fan, apparently.
You
Yeah.
should have sent that to me. I would have played it for the intro or something. Speaking of the intro, I didn't mean to segue like that, seriously, but Parts Per Million, the band that we listened to at the beginning, is in the chat. They're in the chat.
Oh,
they say,
sweet.
they say
Yeah,
hello
we've got the chat open down here. Hey,
Okay,
Parks,
cool.
hey,
you see-
we were totally jamming out when it was playing. We muted the mic so that in case we were playing it over and we were talking about it, and we are like, dude, this kind of freaking rocks. So
These guys
we'll
are good,
definitely, if we find you on socials, we'll follow you and hit you
Heck
up.
yeah.
And
Hey, when I have them on, because I assume they want to be on, why wouldn't they want to be on here? You know,
right,
you guys should co-host with me. I'll have a full band co-host.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've never done that before. Hey,
sure,
time.
whatever, yeah.
first time for everything. First time for everything.
Yeah.
I thought that
Hey,
was,
what do you say you show off a little bit more to Parts Per Million since they're watching, and we'll play Hollywood.
Okay, cool.
Do it.
Heck yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about we talked about Ty's why there's a Ty's version of this, because this is an older song. So this is the new version, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
With Roger's vocals.
Okay. Is it about Hollywood? Is it about California? What's the song about?
Yeah, it's about wanting to be a public figure, going to LA and failing at it. So you come back to Nebraska.
Is that seriously what it's about?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I believe the original save file name on it, I was told, was called Failed Actor.
Failed actor.
And you had to kill that. Better name than that. Come on now.
yeah, with no finding friends, no failed actor.
Yeah, finding friends. That's so funny. I don't know. I'm so glad you guys didn't go with that name.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one? Bending bars. Yeah,
Ending bars. Yeah.
That's kind of hard, but
I'm thinking
not
like
bending balls. That's I just bending balls just keeps. It just keeps coming to my mind.
We're
I'm
busting balls. We want you guys to have some fun today.
like, yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Group hug. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably a band called Group Hug.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually kind of
They're
a
probably
hard.
terrible.
Yeah, I bet they're like a black metal band. Or
Yeah, it's
something.
tough.
Yeah, they're like, we're called Group Hug.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
on tour.
I mean, I would probably go and pay and see that. Really.
Yeah, I'm talking war.
Here is probably a figure with Hollywood, not Ty's version. There is a Ty's version that you can find on everything, but this is the other version. Is that what you just called the other version?
It's-
the new single.
It's yeah, the new. It's just Hollywood now.
Okay.
Yep.
Just Hollywood now,
Yep.
or just Hollywood. No, I'm joking.
Hollywood. Yeah, you're good. You're
Not
good.
failed actor.
All right, check this out, guys. This is really good.
Okay, let's go. West Coast, the sunshine on my face. Motorcycle is the only way to see this place up close. These folks don't look too differently. I've met myself a star. Like damn, he kinda looks like me, and Lord knows I'm home. When I put on a show, feels nice to be myself. Not so nice to be alone, but that's fine. I'm trying to chase this dream again and keep my peace of mind. In the land where people play pretend. I found my crowd waiting for me, yeah. 'Cause Hollywood, Hollywood is mine. Hollywood, Hollywood is mine. Hollywood, Hollywood is mine. Hollywood, Hollywood, yeah. It's always good till you look inside. fade. I learned not to feel. Wipe those tears off my face. I wish this skin could only let you through, but love is just an act, like everything I ever do. And who knew? Outside at 3 a.m. LA still gets cold when I think about you with him. But just wait, I may not be here very long. It's everything I touch burns him like the Kelly said. One time I'll try and saying this thing through. 'Cause Hollywood is mine. Hollywood is mine. Hollywood is mine. Hollywood is always good till you look inside. Swallow pills, hit the hills and drive. Part of me, well, I give my life. Hollywood is. Cause Hollywood is mine. Hollywood is mine. Hollywood is mine. Hollywood is always good till you look inside. Swallow pills, hit the hills and drive. Part of me, well, I give my life. Hollywood is mine. Yeah, Hollywood.
My mom said, hoping you all will do that.
That's a hit. You know?
Thanks, man.
I have a
That's-
question. Were
that's-
you watching? Were you watching us at all?
Did you see our dance moment?
No. I was doing things.
We moshed.
I'm
for like
trying to run a
30
podcast
seconds.
here, so I have things to do. You know, I just can't get started.
No, you mean you don't just watch us the whole time?
Yeah, we were trying to show you like the way that people dance during our
Well, just do it right now. You know, I can play the song again here.
Let's do
I'll
it.
play like a snippet of it, and then you can show
Play
me.
the bridge.
I can't go to like specific parts, but or anything. I'm not that
Try
good.
2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, right here. Is
Hit the hills and drive.
that all right?
Good.
Here we go.
No, that's just basically what
That's
we did. the first
terrific.
time. It's
Oh, I know what the clip's gonna be now.
usually not that agresivo, but
Oh, well, that's perfect.
I got hit once and I ran away.
yeah,
RJ's not a mosher, but Roger and I are moshers.
yeah, I love it.
I like
Except, hold up, what's your business partner, dude?
He's a mush.
Jake
Holy-
is a mosher.
When we were at the last show, when
he hits
when
hard.
Arson City was playing, dude, I got out of that.
going
He also did lift 500 pounds.
Yeah, no, he's huge, and he was just like not aggressively, but just going douche, and I was flying. I'm like, dude, I can't. I'm out, man. I'm gonna go sit at the merch table, so I'm gonna need knocked
Yeah, you
out.
get hit by one of those and you start to like cough afterwards. you're like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You,
shout
you,
out to
you guys have you guys are like two steps away from a tour or something big. I see that, like, I talk to a lot of bands, I really do, and I don't say this to every band, I really don't. I'm being as honest as I can. You guys are like are right there. I don't know what it is that, you know, I don't know how the industry works. You know, I don't know how the industry works with signing bands and getting bands to the next step. But hopefully doing this show helps a little bit. Hopefully there's somebody watching that gets you to that point.
That's what we're
my
shooting
hope.
for.
That's my
Yeah,
hope.
That's
for
the
you.
dream, man.
It's really good stuff. It really is. It's fun. You know, everybody in the chat's having fun, and just some of them are just talking to each other. You know, they're having fun. They're watching you guys, and they're, you know, that's what we need. That's what everybody needs. You know, you need that fun. You know.
yeah.
Oh, it's great. I get goosebumps saying that because it's not all the time I talk to bands that I'm like, these guys got it. But they do. These guys right here, folks, these guys have it. These guys have it.
I appreciate hearing that.
Yeah,
Sure. That's great, man.
Yeah, we didn't want to spoil before we went live on the podcast, so I kind of withheld back then. But we had a sit down talk when we brought Roger in, and even before then, when Dolan asked me to come on, and then when we asked RJ to come on, we were crystal clear about what we wanted. Like, what is the end goal? Kind of like was the question that was posed. Because there are really two answers to that question, and there's no right or wrong answer, but whichever answer you have, you want everybody to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because you will end up with strife if you don't. People do music either because it's fun and they want to do music and it's a hobby, and that's totally fine and completely valid, or because they want it to become their career. They want it to be a profession. They want to be a professional. That means eventually that you need to be able to quit your job and pay your bills on it.
Yep.
And you need everybody to be on the same page, because if you got 3 professionals and 1 hobbyist, they're going to feel like he's not doing his stuff. If everybody wants it to be a hobby and one person wants it to be a profession, then he's going to be the hard ass. He's going to be the annoying one. Like, why do you care about the merch?
Exactly. Yeah. Why are you working so hard? This is supposed to be fun. Well, yes, it's supposed to be fun, but you also, if you want to get to where you want to be, you have to work a little bit.
In order for it to be fun, you got to grind.
Yeah.
And you can make grinding fun. I feel like even
fun.
This is grinding.
Even the stuff that you wouldn't typically think of as fun, like we have a Patreon, and we, to make it worth it for the people that are join our Patreon, we just did a seasonal release on merch that's exclusive to the Patreon folks, and do stuff like that, which you wouldn't normally think of as like fun, but to me, I run the merch stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. I get to work with local artists that I know, put together a design for this, talk to my shirt manufacturer, who's a guy that I've known for a long time, and put together something. And then we want to do that at least twice a year, and we sell them to cost to our Patreon members, just as like, hey, here you go. This is something from thanks, but it's not always the fun stuff, but it is fun.
Shout out to our Patreon if you're looking for exclusive content.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Not the exclusive content that you probably want from RJ, but
well, depends on who you are, I guess, right?
I don't know if you
depends on how much we're paying.
Yeah, if you give like $100 a month, I'm sure
we can get RJ
something's
in
calendar.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, we're kind of running on time here, and I don't want to get to everything, but you'll have to come back on the show so we can talk about more things. But we're not to the end yet. We're not to the end. But I want to get to the landmarks part, because this is a fun part too. And I keep saying this. I'm eventually going to stop, probably at the beginning of next year. But at the beginning of this year, I quit doing the segment that I used to do, which was the wiener segment. So you guys escaped that. We don't have to talk about wieners anymore.
I'm very interested in wiener segment. I don't know what that.
But no, I don't want to talk about it. But no, it was about hot dogs. It was just a big, what do you like on your hot dogs? Where can I get a hot dog in Omaha? Shit like that. It was stupid.
We actually have we have a really good hot dog place in Omaha.
I mean, it wasn't even for me. I had a buddy that was living with me at the time, and he's got a fetish for hot dogs. And I would say that he's like, I don't have a fetish. I'm like, well, you get on the show and you do the segment then. But he never did it, so I can talk about him however I want to.
There you go.
But anyway, we don't do that. I don't do that anymore. It's. But now it's okay. I've always done this though. I've been looking around on Google Earth as soon as I found Google Earth online. I was like, this is the shit. I can fly around the world and
badass. Yeah.
I can zoom in on the streets and I can look at people. You can learn. It's a lot of learning about a region that you've never been to. And I love doing that. I do it all the time. Well, I used to do it all the time, but I got to work a little bit, so I don't have a lot of time to do that now. But when I have bands from like Omaha or Finland, other places that I've never been to, I make a note to get on there and look around and see what I can find. But sometimes there's things that you can't find on there because they're just not labeled, or only people that live there know. And that's kind of what I look for in this segment is like, is there something you drive past all the time, you kind of take it for granted, and it's just, ha, 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 we laughed about that when I first saw it, or we used, as kids or whatever, or just something interesting, or historic, or just something that I might not be able to find, or someone else might not be able to find online. Because you can find everything online, but is there something that's, or it could be all of Nebraska. It doesn't even have to be really Omaha.
So the easy one for Omaha is the Henry Dorley Zoo. We've got one of the best zoos in the world. It's usually in contention between Henry Dorley Zoo and the San Diego Zoo. That's an easy one. Most people who come to Omaha, they know that that's a thing. Either that or the College World Series. We host the College World Series here in Omaha. Okay. Something that people probably don't know, we have a really good craft beer scene in Omaha. Okay. So if you're craft beer people, Dolan used to host a craft beer podcast. I'm a bar manager for a craft beer bar. So we kind of have a finger on the pulse for that. But another thing that's kind of cool, we have, and they have different versions of them around the country, but we have this. There's two of them in Omaha. It's called Beercade, and it's kind of like a craft beer bar, and then it's got a bunch of arcade games and tons of pinball. I'm a big pinball nut. And,
nice.
And
there's a lot of pinball places up around here. Like Pittsburgh has a few I know of. There's just like a bar, but like the whole place is lined with pinball. Actually, I'm going to one in Pittsburgh. I haven't been to this place. It's called Remedy, and they have some like older. Like Street Fighter 2, I think is one of the machines, like vintage machines. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's cool.
I'd say another one is like up north, Hummel Park. It's spooky season, so
it is spooky season.
They say that one of the most haunted places in America is Hummel Park, which is here in Omaha.
Why is that? Do you know?
I don't know the story about it actually.
I know a little. So I know a little bit about Hummel. So I don't know why. It originally was haunted, but for whatever reason, they've found a lot of like murder victims' bodies there. Like people dump bodies there all the time, I guess. And then there is this like tribe of, they call them like the albinos. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's this like cultish tribe thing that does these like rituals there. I don't know. I've never seen them there, but rumor has it that there's this like cult tribe of people in all white.
It makes you want to go see if they're really there, like
no, and that's so a big.
But then you get dumped in the park, and you
they're actually tied to each other.
Well, what's cool though is during the day. I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful park. My wife and I, that's where we did our engagement photos there. I mean, it's really nice, but yeah, at night it's just got a vibe to it. There's also this place called Ball Cemetery that's kind of
Ball Cemetery.
Yeah,
like balls.
Oh yeah, like balls. Yeah.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one who thought
and it's supposed to be really haunted too. So
haunted balls
will be much shorter, but it's so much more important than anything they've said. I swear. Best wings I've ever had in my entire life at Trax Lounge. That's the entire contribution. It's life changing.
Trax has good wings. We've got a lot of.
Hold on. What makes them life changing? I mean, I've had wings. A lot of people have had wings from everywhere.
When I say massive, I mean normally I would be able to eat probably 20 wings. I can barely get through 10 at Trax.
They look like you pulled them off a turkey.
Yeah, they're like a drumstick is like the size of my.
Like a turkey leg.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
And the sauces, they have. Maybe I just love the twisted hot sauce there too. But
what's twisted about it? What's twisted about it?
It just is incredibly hot, and
it's their spicy barbecue mixed with their spicy buffalo.
Yeah, and then they throw a little bit of ghost pepper in there, and I love spicy things, so that's perfect for me.
I was gonna just ask my next question if you like spicy things, but I guess you do.
Oh, John and I are spice hunters for sure.
They dip theirs and then rechar them afterwards, and then we'll dip again. I mean, if you ask, and I can't even say that there's some sort of signature thing that they do that makes it better.
The double dip, it sounds like. The double dip.
That it might be it. I don't know. It just tastes better.
Well, they call it hard Do they
What?
do that over where you are at Charbuff?
What's that?
So okay, I know that they do it a lot in Nebraska, but it's where they dip them and then they char them on like a broiler.
I used to work as a line cook in several places around here. And I worked at one place where we would excuse me, we would we fried them and then we grilled them and then we baked them.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Does that sound right? Is that the right order? Or whatever the order is, that's what we would do that at the one place that I worked at. I mean, I didn't. I was,
with the
I was on
Charbuff-
salads. They put me on salads, those bastards. I had to make salads.
And someone's got to make it, man.
I was
But
damn
with
good
the
at it.
Charbuff, they do the sauce and then they char them again, so the sauce actually bakes into it, and then they'll
It was
put 'em
something
on
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
It was a Irish bar. I believe it was the Irish bar. The one that I didn't go back to. I worked there for one. I worked there for one night and I didn't go back because I was going to volunteer. You know, since I was a new guy, I was going to volunteer to drop the fryers. That's everybody knows. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, that's one of the shittiest jobs. But you don't have to do anything else because it takes so long to do it. You know.
Right.
Well, I was like, you know, where's your stuff? I'm going to drop the fryers because everything is fried for the most part. You know. We only do that once a month. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Does the health department know this? I mean, like,
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Dude, that flavor must have been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Tastes like
if it's that
tater
time of the month where they change it, yeah, I'm sure it was awesome. But yeah, the rest. But I was like, how is this? Because I was asking the guy that hired me. I just knew him from going in there and and hanging out and stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, if you need a job, I can get you a job. I never went back. I never even talked to him again. I don't think I even went back to the establishment. Like I'm like. That's just like how, not that it's like not cooked or anything, but it's no, like
Yeah.
I don't do the name thing. I'm not gonna do that. But it was just
Everyone's heard their fryer horror stories.
Yeah.
I mean that's just. I mean I can understand if it's like McDonald's or Burger King or something stupid like that, but like it's a cool place. You know, why would you? It doesn't take that long to do.
No.
What's wild is that McDonald's and Burger King have probably the cleanest fryer oil you've ever
Yeah,
seen.
well, yeah, because they got the corporate shit they got to do. And
Yeah.
the ice cream machine's always down though.
Broken.
Always.
There's actually an app that tracks which ones are up and down so that you can.
Seriously?
Oh, that's another thing. Omaha.
That's how bad it is?
One of the best ice cream shop. What was it? USA Today has this place called Coneflower.
Yep.
It's the #1 ice cream in the country.
I love ice cream.
Yeah.
One
Ice
thing I don't
cream.
say too much about on here.
People line up even in the winter. It can get down to like -20 before.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, if you like ice cream, you eat that shit.
People will line up outside in -20 degrees
I've waited in the winter for
an hour.
Yeah.
It's.
I don't know about that. I don't like being
I'm
cold.
from Florida originally. It's insane to me. It's actually insane to me, but people
But it's
love
that
it.
good.
Yeah,
so good.
and it's kind of in our almost downtown district, and I'm super excited because they're putting one out like out in Elkhorn. I don't know.
It sounds like they need a couple more locations. Really, I mean, if they're lining up.
Yeah.
Well, there's already 3, but they keep
I found a thing. I found a thing on here, and it's not really a place. Well, it kind of is. I think it's at a. Is that a museum? Is it a museum? I don't know where it's at. It's a scalp. Someone's actual scalp. Like like your scalp. William Thompson's scalped scalp is what it is.
Yeah, no idea.
A place in
Never
Omaha.
heard of that.
Never
Yeah,
heard
the main library is where it's at in Omaha. It says an Englishman loses his scalp to a Cheyenne warrior and lives to donate it to a library. This is something I would go see. Like I love want to see like
I have
odd
to go
things.
see this.
That's pretty good.
Let's see.
Public figure goes to the library. It's a YouTube
Scalps.
series.
Public figure gets scalped.
We've got some good museums. Union Pacific.
There's a shadow museum I saw. Shadow museum or something like that.
Shadow Museum.
Yeah. What's the new one that just opened down by the bridge?
Got the Stewart
Montgomery
Museum
Bridge.
right now. That's a really big museum.
Oh, are you talking
Yeah,
about
the
the Illuminarium?
Illuminarium.
Yeah, that's not a museum.
That's not a museum?
It's kind of no. Our I think it's OPPD sponsored, which is our power district in Omaha.
Okay.
It's called Illuminarium, and it's just like a big like kind of an art exhibit, but it's kind
It's
of
interactive.
yeah, it's like an interact. I guess you could call it a museum if you want, but I haven't been there yet. But it looks pretty cool. But,
Joshua Lane says I work for Blue Bunny in Lamar's, Iowa. Okay, we get Blue Bunny here, and Blue Bunny ice cream is the shit.
Blue Bunny's
like
great.
Everybody's
Good
awesome.
stuff.
Oh, another one thing, and this is totally like everyone here will agree. that we take for granted, and I don't even realize it. We have a local bakery called Rotella that is the best freaking.
Kind of like the peanut butter stuff, the Rotella, like that, or not? That's Nutella. Never mind.
Yeah, Nutella. No, Rotella. It's Omaha. It started as like a small Italian bakery, but they make the bread for like all the local restaurants and stuff. But every kid in most of Nebraska grew up eating, sandwiches on Rotella bread, and it's so much better than like Sara Lee and Wonder Bread. It's not even comparable how much better it is. But
when you drive by it, it's kind of heavenly.
Oh, and it smells so good. And they have a company store that you can go in. You can get like the loaves of bread for like 89 cents.
Can you only get it in Omaha? Is it only made there?
I think it's Nebraska. Council Bluffs might have it, but it's an Omaha
staple
bakery. Yeah, they only have the one bakery.
Council Bluffs is really like it's right across the river, so a lot of people. I mean, there's definitely sides to be taken, but you can almost consider them. It's sort of like the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, where they're
on a lot smaller level.
On a much smaller level, but very like if you live in downtown Omaha, Council Bluffs is actually 5 minutes from you.
You can see Omaha from Council Bluffs. You can see Council Bluffs from Omaha.
Yeah, so
there's a bridge that you can walk over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bridges the gap, I assume, right? Bridges the gap.
Iowa to Nebraska.
Goes over the Missouri River.
Is that sufficient reason for you to come to Omaha? Because if you ever come out, we're gonna have to.
I need to. I do a lot of traveling anyway, so yes, I need to get out that way. I do. I will find myself that way at some point soon, because I need to see you guys before you get big and forget about me, and
Well, Omaha's great. Another good thing is that it's got that Midwestern love your neighbor.
My camera just died, but I'm still here though.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I can hear you. But yeah, if you ever came out here, you're welcome.
We'll take you to tracks. We'll take you to a show. We'll take you to Coneflower. It'll be fun.
Yes, let's do that. I'm sorry about my camera. I just ordered just before I started the show tonight. This is a new camera, so let me take it off the thing here. It's a Canon R50, and it's really nice. I'm going to take it on that tour with me with Rain of Z here in a couple weeks. I'm going to be filming some behind the scenes stuff for them, which is good. It's my first time doing that, and it's something I want to do on the side, other than the show. Yeah. And they're going to let me do that, follow them around. It's going to be very tough not to help them carry things. I'm going to want to help them, but I have to just be right beside them and just with the camera, and they want me to kind of get not really the struggles of the road, but I mean they're a touring band. They tour all the time, and it'd be good for their fans to see. So I'm going to do that for them. And I didn't want to use my cell phone. That just doesn't look good, Yeah. So I bought this camera, and I ordered a thing that since I want to live stream with it, you can't plug the charger in at the same time.
Yeah.
That you have it plugged in your computer. So I got on Amazon and ordered one of those dummy battery things where you can plug it into the wall at the same time that the battery's in. So
until I have that, it's gonna die, and I'll just have to listen to me talk.
That's a good voice.
No worries.
You like that voice? I just started randomly doing that for some reason, but I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm plugging my battery in here. Hang on one second.
I don't know if parts per million left yet, but thanks for checking in. They said they gotta go, so.
Okay. All right.
Nice chatting with you.
Yeah. Hopefully they get a hold of me. I'd love to have them on.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Andrew. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, Andrew. Oh, he said he showed a girl at work our new song, and last night caught her dancing to it.
Hey.
What?
Caught. Is it on video? Do we have a video of that?
Yeah. Picture didn't happen, bro.
Yeah.
I might be able to pull up my generic stupid Mac. I might be able to do that. Let me look and see. Yeah. Let's see if this.
What's this? Brandon. He goes.
This is gonna be
public figure so powerful.
Yeah. To see how crappy this is gonna be.
Tornadoes can't stop that.
There we go. He's back.
Hey.
It's a stupid MacBook camera. It's dumb.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I guess the only other noteworthy story that we've got for you is that, about a week before our first show, which was actually a secret show. We wanted to do a show and get feedback from our friends, so we went under a fake name and played a show. But a week before it happened, a literal once in a century tornado hit Nebraska and wiped out a bunch of houses and hospitalized.
Doesn't that happen all the time in Nebraska, though? Tornadoes, you would think.
Yeah, we got them out west all the time.
Yeah,
but
not in the
cities.
cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They
Yeah.
hit rural Nebraska a lot though, but
This one, the first report said it hospitalized 2 people. Those 2 people were Roger and his brother, who were inside the house with all of our gear at the time.
Were you guys outside filming the thing? Because you see that a lot on TikTok and things, like people out.
no,
Yeah.
a lot of people were, but
So dumb.
it is. Oh no, I don't do it anymore. Do you?
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
no.
got-
So it was a.
I assume you guys are okay though. You know, you're here.
Yeah, no, we're all good now. But yeah, it was a
got
E4.
launched and they dropped a house on Roger. It dropped an entire house on Roger. He was buried alive.
Kind of like Wizard of Oz with the witch.
Yeah, pretty much. Except I was not even my feet were out, I guess.
That's.
But
I mean, I don't mean to joke about, but like, I mean, I've never been through a tornado. We do have them
don't do
here.
it.
We do have them here, but you know they don't. We have hills and mountains and shit, so like they don't last very long. They're you know.
Right.
But we get bad storms, you know, just like everywhere. But I don't know. Other than what I hear like on YouTube or TikTok, that train sound, it sounds like a freight train coming through.
Yeah.
I guess you have to experience that firsthand to know what it really sounds like. You know.
Yeah, it sounds like that from a distance. It sounds a lot different when it's like in your house. So like not to like in a non-exaggerating way, our house was wiped off the planet. Like everything above ground level was completely gone.
That's awful. I mean,
Yeah,
like
my brother and I, we got sucked out of the house and thrown like 100 feet away from the house. And I got buried. The fire rescue had to dig me out. My brother, he just kind of landed out in the yard, which is almost worse because a bunch of stuff hit him. But both of our dogs lived, we lived, but all of our music gear was in my basement because that's where we practice because RJ lives way out west. They live more east. I was kind of in the middle. So, but I mean, these guys, and we had only been practicing, you know, as a band for maybe like a month and a half at that point. So, I mean, I met them in February and this was April 26th. And they were, I mean, some of the first people. That's how I knew like it was legit, is because they were, you know, the first people to see me at the hospital other than family, and I was like, I was very very thankful for that. And then we kind of went out. The first time I met Dolan's wife, it was, you know, because I got discharged from the hospital before my brother. And so we went back to the house and we're looking because we still hadn't found our dogs at this point. So we were looking for my dogs and just trying to pick up stuff. And these guys were there, and so I met, you know, their family and then RJ, he was able to come back that next morning, and because it was going to continue to storm, so he basically grabbed everything that he could find and put it under a tarp just in case it rained more. And then the next morning he came out, grabbed all of our gear, and we were able to like recover. I mean,
And we played a fucking killer show.
yeah, we were able to recover a lot of gear. Just all the electronics were completely underwater, but you know, we plug everything into a power conditioner. So we turn it off. So once we're done with practice, nothing is still has power through it, which is good because it kept everything from getting fried. So you just took everything, dried it out, cleaned it up, and we were able to pretty much
Yeah, we had a couple things that made it through. So I have this nice Reverend guitar, and it was in a gator case. And so we posted that story.
It's right here, actually.
Oh,
this
nice.
went through a tornado. But I
Hell
had
yeah.
I had it in a gator case anyway, so I posted that. Gator saw that, and so they sent us a bunch of free replacement gear too. So shout out to Gator. That was awesome.
Heck yeah.
oh yeah,
That's
Gator
awesome.
has been freaking awesome. They sent us
Drum cases.
drum cases
Sent me some new guitar cases.
but what we can 100% say.
They're like, that one probably doesn't work anymore, so we better send you a new one.
Yeah, and we're not officially sponsored by Gator,
Yeah.
But they take care of their own. In
but
other
they
words.
do absolutely. If you have any
like,
gear,
Yeah.
gear that needs a case, go with Gator because
Epiphone, if you're listening, I'm still looking.
I mean, we might as well shout them out, you know.
right.
Well, I'll tag the crap out of them, you know.
Yeah.
Let's-
Do. Yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah,
that's
we're still here.
it sucks that's the way that that's the way that you kind of felt that you were in the right spot with these guys. That it sucks that it had to be something like that, but that's really when you know who your true buddies are. Who your go-tos are. Your what do they call it? What are the
Ride or dies.
Guys.
Yeah, your ride or dies. Yeah. But it's
No, it
true.
definitely
That's what
streamlined.
it
It
is.
streamlined the gaining a rapport process because I'm like, oh sweet. Like 2 months after knowing you, I'm in the most vulnerable state I've ever been in my
Yeah.
life. Because I went from like having things to having no things,
Nothing.
like
Yeah.
no car, no possessions, no I mean, I didn't have any identifying documents as far as
Well,
anyone was
there was a
concerned.
good media boost we got that from too. You're on
Yeah,
CNN,
yeah,
if you're on national news.
We went
that?
viral on CNN. My
so,
brother and I did.
so it was a win. It was a good thing.
Yeah, it was not how I would have preferred to go viral on CNN.
Yeah. Right.
I
Yeah.
guess
I
it's
mean,
better than other ways.
I had Jake Cabrera on about a month and a half ago. He does a podcast out of Toronto, and I was actually on his show for my stuff, and then I was like, well, it's only fair if you come on my show, So but because he's also a singer and stuff, but he actually lived in New York during 9/11. And I didn't want to talk about that really, but
Right, that's tough.
I felt like I needed to, and he's that kind of person that, I don't know him. I've never met him in person, never shook his hand or anything, but like, I just felt like, I'll give it I'm thinking this in my mind during the interview, is this something I could ask him? And I did. And he kind of gave us his recount of the day, because he was there, he worked in the city. I think he worked for like Saks or something like that, like he had a really good job, and it was just kind of a weird day. He actually found a parking space near the store and things like that. Like just things that just made the day strange. Yeah. And I've heard that a lot, and I'm sure you guys have seen like documentaries and things, it was just a strange time. But like, I mean, every so often that happens on the show. Like, when I talk to people is like, there's been something horrible that's happened, but something good came out of it,
Yeah.
And what the good came out with this is public figure is sitting right there. Even though you're not sitting in front of me, you're sitting right there, and I know you. Like right. I'm privileged to know you guys. So thank you very much.
That means a lot. It means probably more than you think. So
yeah. And thank you guys for being on the show. Let's do this again. There's a shit ton more we could talk about too. Like I could sit here another hour and talk to you guys about something.
Yeah. No, we got a whole bunch of stuff in the works, and next year's gonna be a big year.
Yeah, January to May. It's gonna be crazy. January to May.
Yeah.
Hey, John's the social media guy. You do all the
John's social media. John's networking and booking.
Okay. All right. I always do this towards the end of the show. Now, 5 minutes or however long you need. It can be 10 if you need it. But plug yourself. Sell yourself. Tell everybody where they can find you, what you got out, what's coming up, shit like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
And I'll sell this after.
Okay, cool. We've got a new song coming out November 8th, Poor and Pretty. So this one's super special to me. It's been in the band since before times, all the way up to now. Now we got Roger on it. Super excited. Go and find the link, pre-save that. You can find it on Instagram. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. TikTok's kind of our bigger platform. We've got our Patreon that we mentioned earlier. And I think we're gonna release songs every month or so.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got a bunch lined up and ready to go.
Yeah. And like I said, January to May, we're gonna have so many shows out of town. So if you're listening from somewhere else, hopefully we get to see you there.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, where I step in. So a lot of you guys might be asking, why listen to Public Figure? Why support us compared to a different band that you might know? The answer is actually what you've been staring at the entire time. It's our passion. It's the fact that we want this more than we want anything, more than I want oxygen. And the guys agree. This is our dream. And people say that, but I have been literally dreaming of quitting my job since I was 14. That is more years ago than I'm going to say in public. And I love and live and breathe this art form. There is nothing better to me and to any of these guys than when we get on stage and when we get to get you to forget about the troubles that you had that day. That's beautiful. I pop my ears out every time the Love You Found bridge comes on and the Patiently I Wait section to see who's singing because it brings tears to my eyes. We love, in every sense that you can imagine of the word, this band and this music. And we'd love if you could join us on the journey.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. Public figure is bigger than all of us. It's bigger than us. It's you too. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
crying. I just had something in my eye, but I'm just. That's why.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah. Dolan,
I wanna-
I'll take 30 seconds and plug the Patreon one more time. The
Do
reason
that.
that we're doing that is our Patreon costs $3 a month. The reason that we wanted to do it is because you said you don't know how labels work. What labels basically are is banks. They basically give you a huge loan in the beginning and then they recoup it by basically being getting a piece of everything that you do from that point on. We are definitely down to do that if any labels are listening, just to be clear. But in the meantime, trying to crowdsource money is the way that we want to do it. And so we set up this Patreon, which costs $3 a month. And we chose $3 because we want it to be unobtrusive. So if you're out there and you're listening and you see this and you've got just $3 a month to give to help us support our dreams, 4 guys who care more about this than anything in the world, you get, like Roger said, merch exclusive to you on Patreon. Nobody else gets it, and you get it at cost. So it's as cheap as it could possibly be. We make no money. You get access to music ahead of time and access to tickets ahead of time, and you get to hang out with us. That's
And
the best
then
part.
at all shows, we do $5 off merch.
True.
So if you come to the
See
merch
us.
booth and show us,
I'll be there every time.
Hell yeah.
dude, we don't care. Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of the thing that funds us being able to,
Do it.
you know, we had to buy a couple cables recently, or you got to buy strings, or you got to buy drum heads, or
you get
know.
access to our set lists.
Yep,
Yeah.
we release our set list. So pretty much anything and everything that we can do that brings any sort of value, we're putting out there on Patreon because we care about the people who are on the journey with us, and we want to make sure that they're getting something from it too. It's all a community. As I said, it's bigger than us. It's
We got a chat in there with our pets.
Yep,
Pictures
yep.
of our pets.
So if someone wants to come and
My,
share,
my pet is sleeping on the floor right now, and you don't know what you're missing.
what is it? What kind of pet?
It's a cat.
A cat?
Oh.
Yeah, I do this every once in a while. Like when I had Rain to Z, the band that I'm kind of touring with here pretty soon. When they were on recently, the dog got up in the bass player's lap, and yes, the dog was on it. And then I scooped my cat up and had my cat, going like this, waving with his paw. And then somebody else scooped their cat up. So I made a clip, the pets of Acute Mania Live, because every once in a while there will be pets just randomly walking across the front of the camera and just shit like that. So yeah,
Yep.
That's-
We're big pet people. So
Love
yeah.
pets.
yeah.
pets are always welcome. Pets are always welcome on the show. Yeah, he's
We're gonna come back for another
sleeping like
episode.
this. He's sleeping like that right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, would you just turn the lights off? It's so bright in here. That's what he's doing last night.
Pay the bills. I keep the lights on.
Do any of you have tattoos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
I
that?
got some
There we go.
tattoos.
I
RJ's
have-
got cool tattoos.
Tattoos.
I have to look at the camera up here. I have temporary tattoos I would like to send you guys.
Oh,
Sure.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing that's behind me. That's the same thing, only it's a different color.
Yeah.
And I have these massive stickers
Stickers. I always need stickers.
that I would love to
Big
send you.
sticker guy.
Big
If
sticker
you,
guy.
if you notice, there's drum heads on the wall. You can't see all of them, but I don't want to move the thing because it was messed up. But there's drum heads all over the wall of bands that have been on the show. And if you have a sticker that I could slap up here, or
Sir.
some bands don't have stickers, they have patches. It's fine. I'll put super glue on the freaking back of it and stick it up there. You know what I mean?
How covered are your drum heads? Do you want a drum head?
I have 2 more empty, like small tom drum heads left.
There you go.
It's from my old drum set. I used to have a drum set in here. Now there's our drummer that's actually moving, which sucks, but we'll find somebody. But the drum set that I sold, I always kept the old drum heads, because some of them were white and some of them were black, and I was like, well, I use these for something. I'm glad I kept it because stickers for the podcast.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So yeah, there's a big bass drum head right here, like right there.
Yeah.
Full of them, and then there's some toms over there and stuff. But I can't pan over because the camera.
We sell our stickers and merch too, so that
Yeah. Let's exchange. Send me your snail mail or whatever. I'll send a drone over. Drop mine off.
Perfect.
Wasn't Amazon supposed to start doing that and something happened or they quit or something?
It's all good. I've got a carrier pigeon. I'll send them over.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that.
Yep. Cool. Well, hey man, it's been
I will send you guys over some stuff.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
No, it's been awesome having you guys on. Let's do this again soon.
Yes.
Just if you ever just want to just chat, it doesn't matter if you have anything coming out or not. Let's just have a show.
Yeah,
For sure.
We'll just talk about. There's my buddy in London. We talked about lawnmowers for a half an hour one time.
There we go.
Oh, I can talk about a lawnmower.
They use different lawnmowers than we. I mean, they hover over the freaking grass. How does that cut grass? I still don't understand how it works. But we talked about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Can't remember the brand of it. Yeah, it's crazy. You look it up on YouTube. There's a guy swinging around like a lasso. It's crazy. Like his lawnmower around his yard.
I watch about anything on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and we got to thank the chat. I think the chat deserves a round of applause.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So hold up. Who do we got?
One of the best.
All right.
damn
So we got Taylor, Lindy, Josh, Lisa, Royce, Brandon, Andrew.
Good Life, DT.
Good Life, DT,
Yeah,
Kristen.
Yeah.
Parts per Million. Good Life. Yeah, we already got Good Life and pseudonym.
Darvin. And
Darvin.
Garbage.
Everybody for checking in and hanging out with us.
Now I have an appeal. I have an appeal for the chat and for you guys. There's 4 of you. I should gain 4 subscribers, right?
True.
I'm gonna. You know what? I've had the chat open on my phone and subscribed. Yep.
There you go.
Bam. And all of you in the chat, please subscribe. Please subscribe. It really helps. You guys know how that is with analytics and things. It really.
Gosh. For sure.
And I tell people this all the time because if you're worried about notifications, turn them off. I subscribe to people and I just turn the notifications off because you still see it when you hit your subscription tab. You still see what new stuff is out. I do shows all the time, so you might not want to see me all the time and be weird and my camera fucks up and you might not want to worry about seeing that, but it really helps our channels. You guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. So please do that. I did talk to my buddy in Portland, Oregon last night, Bruno. He does graphic design, but he's very good with websites. And the guy that built my website, AcuteManiaLive.com, he kind of abandoned me. So I don't know how to do things like that. Like I hired him because I didn't know how to build a website, but Bruno does, and he knows what he's doing. So I did a Zoom call with him last night to fix a few things, and he's fixed a few things, but it's going to be updated and kind of revamped a little bit. So, but check it out. There's a bio of me on there. There's a bio of the show, and some links and things on there. And there's also it's a Patreon style thing. It's not Patreon, but it's set up through Wix. That's where the website is through Wix. And it's basically the same thing, and I'm going to revamp that a little bit. But if you like what you see on there, you get some bonus things with it. And, you guys, everybody knows how that stuff works. But I hate asking for money, but we don't do this for, it's fun for us to do, but we want this for our career, and I still have a daytime job, where I do good, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do this. I want to meet fine folks like you. I want to be able to travel and see you. That's where a lot of it all goes to the show, that it all goes to help this, so I appreciate you guys for explaining it like you did, like that helps me to explain it better. That gives me ideas to explain because,
Everybody hates. I'm not a beggar.
Yeah.
I get you, man.
Yeah, but we're all in the same boat, regardless of what we do, we're all creative and we're all in this together. I hate when people say that. We're all in this together. We're really not, but we kind of are. But you know what I mean. It's what we love to do, and everybody wants to do what they love to do.
Oh,
and
yeah.
damn it, you guys have it. I'm dead serious. You guys have this. And if you fail, no, I'm just kidding. I will come and find you.
You know what?
The
The worst case scenario, if we fail, we've had them.
You try again.
You have fun. Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
The only way we can fail is if we quit. Yeah.
Or step back for a little bit. Step back and look at it. I've had to do that with the show several times. I mean, I'm the one that's always done this, and it's times, okay, like the camera died. I'm not going to just stop talking. You can still fucking hear me, I'll figure out how to fix it. I was thinking about putting my phone up, and I was like, nah, that'll take too much time. I'll have to go over and get my camera holder, or my phone holder. I have a shitty camera on here. I'll just use this one. Boom. But it wasn't always like that. I've tripped over the tripod when I've had somebody in here performing before, and the iPad fell over. But I picked it up and said, that was me. Like just shit like that. But when you guys said you watched that Positively West Virginia interview, when he asked me that question about, if somebody has an idea, should they try it? Well, yeah. And I was like, and you're going to fail. It's expected. We're human beings. It happens. Like you don't want to tell people that, but like you're going to, and it might not be as bad as me, or it might be awful, but just if you have enough, whatever the word is, to go back, to pick yourself back up and keep doing it. Like if you really want to do it, well, yeah, you can do it, and you're going to fail again, and it's going to be funnier. Like I laugh myself a lot for, especially those first few shows. God, I can't. That's like, what was I thinking, dude? I used to hold up a phone, okay, before I did Zoom, because I always did it live. I made sure that I would hold a phone to a microphone that was hooked to the PA in the room. Okay?
Oh no!
In here. That's how you would hear I know. I'm looking at John's face. It was awful.
I'm sorry. I tried to hide it.
I mean, like, no, but those episodes 1 through 39 are on Facebook.
Yeah.
1 through 39? Yeah. 1 through 39 are on Facebook.
Well, this is episode what, 330?
This is 303.
303, yeah.
303. And yeah, the only reason I quit doing it on Facebook is because of the copyrights and shit. They pretty much tried to kick me off of there.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
What I'll say is, if we fail, then we'll get up and we'll try again. But if we succeed, it'll be because of people in the chat and people like you and other musicians and the people who show up to our shows. So
yeah,
we're endlessly thankful for.
Keep it up for sure. You guys got it.
All of it.
You guys got it. If you got 5 minutes, stick around. We'll chat a little bit. I'll say a proper goodbye. After I kill the live stream. Chatters, thank you very much for chatting. Tell your friends about the show. I would love to interview anybody. Gosh, we got 13 more states now. Let's do it. I'll put the list up on Instagram, and that way you can see what I have left to do. And it's not Alaska and Hawaii may be a little bit difficult, but there's North Dakota, South Dakota. I don't know. I have to kind of look at it, but there's no. I mean, it's going to be tough to get all 7 continents because I don't think there's very many people living in Antarctica anyway. So but I mean, I'll interview a scientist if that's what it freaking takes,
Right? Yeah, there you go.
Playing us out of the show this evening is a band I don't know how I missed them coming so close here on their tour. I'm not sure where they're from. I can't remember right now, but they're called the Super Void Chorale Ensemble, and there's 2 of them. And just listening to this stuff is just freaking badass. I was like, how is just 2 guys doing this? There's no singing. It's all instrumental, and it's freaking just like Public Figure is. You know what I mean? Definitely check out Public Figure. They're on everything. I'm sure you can find them somewhere. Just don't look up Public Figures because that's not them. And if you hear hip hop, it's not them. But it is in Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
a little bit of influence.
yeah.
Roger can rap.
People are hitting the like button like crazy. I think YouTube's going to crash.
Yeah.
I love it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Let's do this again very soon. I need a Christmas band to be on the 2-band Christmas show where I get a band and 2 bands that don't know each other at all, and we do a Christmas show and we just talk about Santa Claus. You know what I mean?
Oh, sweet.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I've met him.
So I'll hit you guys up for that. We'll do that.
Sounds
Sweet.
good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you all again. This is the what did I say? Oh, the Super Void Chorale Ensemble. I will be back on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Hidden in the Shadows Paranormal podcast guys. Guy and girl, husband and wife. And I caught an EVP in the studio a few months back, and we're going to be talking about that, investigating. We're going to let them do their paranormal investigating. That's what they do. So we're going to do a spooky Halloween show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tune in if you can. And there'll be some music in there. There's got to be music on the show. You know me. So here is Delusional Misidentification. That's the name of the song. Gosh, what is with the words? For a band that doesn't sing at all, the words are just... Love to talk to them, though, about that. But anyway, thank you guys. Stick around if you can, and I will see everybody else on Sunday at 8 p.m. with the Hidden in the Shadows podcast, guys. Have a great one.